Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Wow, the truth hurts. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We are working. Just watch the main event. Watch the whole card, actually. But I want to talk briefly about Errol Spence Jr., first title defense, IBF titleist, title holder, and he just fought Lamont Peterson on Showtime. Very entertaining fight, good fight. Shout out to Errol Spence Jr. He was able to end the fight in the 8th round. It was a corner stoppage. Barry Hunter had seen enough, and he knew how his fighter operates, and his fighter there's no quit in him. So if he's not physically and this is what I told you guys, if you don't knock Lamont Peterson out where you physically can't continue, then he's gonna keep coming and keep coming. He showed you that in the Victor Ortiz fight, fought back to a draw. He got knocked down by Amir Khan, came back and then gave Amir Khan some hell in the second half. He started off slow with Danny Garcia, second half almost stopped Danny Garcia. So we know Lamont Peterson's temperament. But I gotta say, man, and this is just gonna be a condensed one because I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I'll probably do another more detailed breakdown of the fight. But this dude, Errol Spence Jr., as I've been saying, is a problem. He's the truth. He's looking like a monster out there. I gave him every single round, and even though I favor him to win this fight, it's the fashion in which he did it. Not only did he win, but he won every single round. I don't know many people that necessarily have a voice in this boxing game that projected that it would be a one-sided clinical beatdown with very few mistakes made, things like that, because both guys were coming off a decent layoff in this particular fight. But Spence looked very sharp, very superb, very calculated. Just to touch on some of the things that I like from Spence is from round one, and this is why I always refer to Spence as this generation's Mike McCallum. He's a body snatcher. I've noticed this for a while, but this is how you know, and this is no shade to Golovkin. It's just something, I'm just being real with you guys because I'm giving you my thoughts. But this is how you know when a fighter, when they can do what they could do with, like, let's say a C+ fighter, B- fighter, if they could do that to an elite person, then that's how you know the fighter is special. Like, so far for me, some of the stuff that Gennady Golovkin has been able to do against the kind of run-of-the-mill guys who are at the tail end of the top 10 or top 15, he hasn't been able to do versus Danny Jacobs. He hasn't been able to do against Canelo Alvarez. But with Errol Spence Jr., his bread and butter, the things that he's noted for, that he was doing against Castro when he was fighting all these, Phil LaGreco and them type of dudes, right? He's still doing it against Kell Brook, against Lamont Peterson, you know what I mean? The upper echelon names. So I really celebrate his dedication to the body, and he did it from round one, and he was consistent with it. So I talked to Derek James, his trainer, a while ago and did an interview, and he said that's just something they've always done. So you could tell that's instilled into him. But what I like from Errol Spence in this particular fight was he was cool, calm, collected, and he was having fun in there. Very good jab, very sharp punches, power in both hands, and he, like I said, he was having fun in there. And I'm gonna get in the detail breakdown. There's some things I think Peterson should have done different to give himself at least a fighting chance, because he started taking a lot of punishment early. He wasn't mobile. He should have, in my opinion, been more like how he was in the Danny Garcia fight. At least for a couple rounds, float like a butterfly, you know what I'm saying? And use the real estate, make it a puzzle, and make it somewhat tricky. But his eyes started to swell up. He started taking some hard body shots, and he was really in front. I don't know what the game plan was, but you don't want to be in front. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, Canelo, certain guys like that, you don't want to stay in front of them in the pocket for large chunks of the time. Even Floyd Mayweather knew that. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather had way more experience than Canelo, but he knew not to stand in front of him for 12 rounds. He did stand in front of him and trade in the pocket, but he knows when to turn it on and off. Peterson, he took a lot of punishment. And see, the problem with this is if you get punished too much in them early goings to the point where you're getting the life zapped out of you with these vicious body shots, your eyes swelling, and then you're getting hurt and things like that, then it's going to be harder in the second half of the fight because you're not going to be as fresh. You're going to start to wilt, start to break down from the battle of attrition. And now if you try to turn it on and use your legs, that's going to be extremely difficult. So you're better off when you're at your sharpest, when you're at your peak conditioning with minimal damage suffered. Then I think it would have made more sense for Peterson to been using his legs and some lateral movement. But Errol Spence just broke him down round by round, and it was vicious. He got a knockdown, I believe, in round 5. He didn't get too crazy after the knockdown, but you could tell he was going for the finish. I just like what I see. There's a couple things he could tweak. I think his hands were low. I don't know why. Errol Spence kept having his hands kind of low, but at the end of the day, stuff like that's nitpicking because his opponent wasn't able to capitalize. Now, if he's in there with a Keith Thurman, someone who can hit like that at welterweight, then that's something he maybe has to clean up. But so you don't want to, develop any bad habits that you may carry over. But obviously that's just nitpicking because Lamont Peterson wasn't able to capitalize. Lamont Peterson showed mad heart. Errol Spence was just the better man, the youth, the physicality, and he pressured him. And he was doing something. He was, like I said, he was having fun. He was doing some stuff, like he was doing these little like brief jogs and stutter steps, and he was trying to get creative and mix up the angles and keep this pressure on Lamont Peterson. It was just far too much. I think it was a rightful stoppage. I mean, Barry Hunter warned Lamont Peterson, I think, the round before he stopped it. And he's like, hey, by round 7, if I don't really see nothing, then it's a wrap. And Barry Hunter said he didn't like what he was seeing in Lamont Peterson's eyes. He said it was a broken man. But, shout out to Peterson. He's given us a lot of great moments. It's not really a shame losing to an Errol Spence Jr., an Olympian guy who's on top of his shit right now and undefeated and a champion. So whatever he decides to do, we got to respect it. But post-fight, Peterson was class, and so was Lamont Peterson and Errol Spence, both very classy in their post-fight interviews. Peterson did say on top, in terms of skill and class, he thinks Errol Spence is the best he's been in with. So this dude is the truth, is a monster. But I just wanted to give you guys, before I eat, a quick breakdown and open up the conversation. You guys let me know who you had winning. Did you give any rounds to Lamont Peterson? How did you break down the fight? And then I'll try to come back with a long one. Great fight, good card. We could talk about the Robert Easter situation, Javier Fortuna. There's some controversy there. But shout out to Showtime. Shout out to Errol Spence Jr. on the victory. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.